Download this code from codegib.com, link in the description below. Making preload equals content false the new default, understanding and implementing the change in Rails 7.1. Rails 7.1 introduces a significant performance optimization by changing the default behavior of the preload equals content attribute for turbo streams. Previously, when using turbo_stream helpers, Rails automatically included preload equals content in the turbo stream tag. This meant the browser eagerly fetched the content of the stream before applying the action. Now, the default is preload equals false, meaning the browser waits to fetch the content until after the action has been applied. This change is aimed at improving initial page load times and perceived performance by delaying the fetching of content that might not be immediately visible or necessary. However, it also necessitates understanding the potential implications and how to adjust your code accordingly. Why the change? The preload equals content attribute, while seemingly beneficial, introduced several drawbacks. Increased initial load time for complex pages with many turbo streams, preloading all the content could significantly delay the initial rendering, especially if the stream actions involved elements far down the page or within collapsible sections. Unnecessary network requests if the content of a stream was never actually displayed, example due to a conditional rendering or user action, the preloaded content was essentially wasted bandwidth. Potential for race conditions in some scenarios, the preloaded content could arrive before the JavaScript libraries responsible for rendering it, leading to unexpected behavior or rendering glitches. By switching to preload equals false, Rails allows the browser to prioritize rendering the initial page content, applying the turbo stream actions, and then fetching the content only when needed. Impact and considerations. This change has the potential to break existing applications, especially those that rely on the preloading behavior. Here's a breakdown of the things you should consider. Content visibility. If your turbo stream actions insert content into a visible part of the page, the content might appear to load slightly later than before. This could result in a noticeable flash or delay, especially for large pieces of content. JavaScript dependencies. If your turbo stream content relies on JavaScript libraries that haven't been fully loaded when the content is fetched, you might encounter errors. Nested turbo streams. Pay close attention to the interaction between nested turbo streams. If an outer stream updates a container, and an inner stream preloads content that depends on that updated container, you might need to explicitly set preload equals true on the outer stream or adjust the content dependencies. Complexity of stream actions. If your stream actions involve complex DOM manipulations or interactions with external services, delaying the content loading might exacerbate existing issues. Content security policy. CSP. Ensure your CSP settings allow fetching content from the necessary sources, especially if you dynamically generate the SRC attribute in the turbo stream tag. Strategies for adapting to the change. Here's a guide to how you can adapt your Rails application to the new preload equals false default and optimize your turbo stream usage. 1. Testing and monitoring. Comprehensive testing. Thoroughly test your application, especially the areas that rely heavily on turbo streams. Pay attention to initial load times, rendering delays, and potential JavaScript errors. Performance monitoring. Use browser developer tools or performance monitoring tools to track page load times, network requests, and rendering performance. Compare performance before and after upgrading to Rails 7.1. 2. Explicitly setting preload equals true when necessary. Identify critical content. If certain turbo streams are critical to the initial rendering of a page or are essential for user interaction, Explicitly set preload, true in your turbo_stream helper. Asterisk prioritize visibility asterisk if the content added by a stream is immediately visible and important for the user experience, consider preloading it. 3. Lazy loading content asterisk. Asterisk intersection observer asterisk use the intersection observer API to load content only when it becomes visible in the viewport. This is an excellent way to optimize performance for content that's initially below the fold. Explanation asterisk. Asterisk intersection observer asterisk this API monitors whether an element is visible within the viewport. Asterisk lazy load controller.js asterisk the stimulus controller attaches to the container div. When that div becomes visible, the controller triggers the fetching and rendering of the stream content. This code fetches the content from the URL specified in the data turbo stream src attribute. Asterisk data turbo stream src asterisk this custom data attribute, on the lazy load element, stores the URL where the content will be fetched. The server should respond with turbo stream formatted HTML. Asterisk turbo.render stream message, stream content, asterisk this is the crucial part. This function takes the turbo stream formatted HTML and applies it to the DOM, mimicking the normal behavior of a turbo stream response. You must include the text/vnd.turbostream.html accept header in the request to ensure the server returns turbo stream formatted HTML and not a full HTML page. Backend, example. For debouncing or throttling updates asterisk. Asterisk reduce the frequency of updates asterisk if your turbo stream updates are triggered very frequently, example by real-time data feeds, consider debouncing or throttling the updates to prevent excessive network requests and DOM manipulations. This helps with performance regardless of the preload setting. 5. JavaScript content loading and rendering asterisk. Asterisk fetch content via JavaScript asterisk instead of relying on Turbo to automatically fetch the content, you can fetch the content yourself using JavaScript, example with fetch, and then manually update the DOM using standard JavaScript techniques or a rendering library like React or Vue.js. This gives you more control over the loading and rendering process. This technique is often preferred when dealing with very complex or interactive content within turbo streams. Asterisk use appropriate error handling asterisk make sure to include error handling in your JavaScript code to gracefully handle any issues that might arise during content loading or rendering. 6. Optimize server-side rendering asterisk. Asterisk reduce content size asterisk ensure that the content you're sending in your turbo streams is as small and efficient as possible. Optimize images, minify CSS and JavaScript, and avoid sending unnecessary data. Asterisk caching asterisk implement caching strategies to reduce the load on your server and improve response times for turbo stream requests. 7. Consider server-sent events, SSE, or WebSockets asterisk. Asterisk for real-time updates asterisk if you're dealing with real-time data that needs to be pushed to the client, consider using server-sent events, SSE, or WebSockets instead of constantly polling for updates with turbo streams. These technologies provide more efficient and scalable solutions for real-time communication. 8. Custom helpers or overriding defaults, use with caution. Asterisk you can customize the turbo_stream helpers to set preload, true by default or conditionally based on certain criteria. However, this is generally not recommended as it can make your code less maintainable and harder to understand. A better approach is to explicitly specify preload, true for individual streams as needed. Asterisk to override the default, you would create a decorator or monkey patch. Be very careful with monkey patching, the turbo_stream helper. This is generally not recommended unless absolutely necessary. Code example, illustrative. Let's consider a simple example of displaying comments on a blog post. Without preload equals content. Asterisk previous behavior, Rails 7.1 all comments would be fetched and preloaded as soon as the page loaded. Asterisk new behavior, Rails 7.1 the initial page loads quickly, and the comments are fetched after the main content is rendered. Example, rendering new comments via Turbo Stream. Possible issue and resolution. If the comments div is far down the page, users might not immediately see the new comment being added. To address this, you could 1. Preload the stream asterisk. 2. Use prepend instead of append, for immediate visibility. 3. Implement lazy loading. If comments are numerous, implement the intersection observer-based lazy loading as described above. Summary. The change to preload equals false as the default in Rails 7.1 is a welcome improvement for many applications. It encourages developers to think more deliberately about when and how content is loaded, leading to better performance and a more responsive user experience. By understanding the potential implications and employing the strategies outlined above, you can seamlessly adapt your Rails application to this change and reap its benefits. Remember to thoroughly test your application after upgrading to Rails 7.1 and monitor its performance closely. Always favor explicit control and configuration over implicit behavior whenever possible, to improve maintainability and predictability of your application.